And today's tweet says, like Haley Barbour said, he owes it to the Republican Party to vote for the nominee over Hillary. Respect Republican votes. Like Haley Barbour said, he owes it to the party to vote for the nominee over Hillary. Respect Republican votes. And if you guys are not familiar, Haley Barbour, he used to be the head of the Republican Party. He used to be the head of the RNC. He's also the governor of Mississippi. Some people would consider Haley Barbour an establishment figure, a part of the establishment. And if we accept that as his premise, then what Haley Barbour is basically saying, even though he might not agree with Trump or like Trump, he's advocating for the respecting of the Republican voters and respecting of his party loyalty. So basically what he's saying to us is that if we're loyal Republicans, we'll support the party. And we'll respect Republican voters. So my response to this is this. Your first premise of support, of respecting the party, respect gets respect. We are not here for the party. The party should be here for us. It's we the people. You guys are forgetting this. This is where all this frustration is coming from in the first place. Because you're forgetting this. We're supposed to own up to this thing. It's we the people, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the rule of law. Not you, the government. So you saying that we're not loyal Republicans. No, you Republicans ain't loyal to us. You haven't been respecting Republican voters for a minute. But in regards to this process, you disrespected us when you opened up this primary to have people just sign over for a momentary Republican thing so they can come over here and sabotage us. Do you know Democrats and liberals hate us? They will kill us. They will wipe us out with the red button right now if they could. Ask Hillary Clinton, who is your enemy? Who is the person that you hate the most? She says Republicans. These are other Americans that this person says she hates. And Donald Trump contributes to people like this. So you disrespected us when us lifelong party loyalists, you opened up a primary to a bunch of people that hate us. They've been demonstrating how much they hate us over the last 8 years. They can't stand us. But you're going to open up a primary. You're going to let Democrats pick our nominee. They went up another notch. Usually the media does it. But now you done invited in the enemy. We're sleeping with the enemy. And you're telling us about respect? You allowed rapists to come in here and rape us from our Constitution, from our rights, and everything. And we got to respect the party? The party disrespected us. But here's the silver lining. Haley Barbour, representing the establishment, gave us the winning formula for Ted Cruz. You guys got to follow this. What did he say? His words. I am not the one who believes I can substitute my judgment for the judgment of millions of Republican voters. I am not the one who believes I can substitute my judgment for the judgment of millions of Republican voters. You know, my grandmama always said if you let a person talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves. That's why we gotta get it to the convention. This is why never Trump and now never Kasich is going to benefit Ted Cruz. Because here's the deal. Get it to the convention, and then at the convention, we respect the Republican voters. See, people, because these stupid RNC people, Rance Priebus and all these people opened up our thing to a bunch of Democrats, we are going to make sure that the votes are all Republican at the convention. And when we make the votes all Republican, 99.9% of all Ted Cruz's votes are Republicans. Donald Trump can't say that. He's lucky if he can say 60-40. I don't even believe it's 50-50. I believe it's more like 70-30. 30 Republican, 70 Democrats. Donald Trump is not a pure Republican vote. Donald Trump is definitely not a pure conservative vote. And all the polls, like Donald Trump said, as long as he said it, he told you, his kryptonite, he knew it. As long as I lead in the polls, I'm going to stay in. When I start declining, so guess what? Let's get rid of the polls. Let's get to the convention, and let's do what Haley said. Let's go and respect the judgment of the Republican voters. That's Ted Cruz in a landslide. He's at the inauguration because he's going to beat Hillary. The only chance Hillary had was Donald. If he doesn't make it out the convention based on Republican votes, Donald Trump can't win a Republican over in those kind of numbers. He can't do it. He's too retarded. He's too ridiculous. He's too un-American. It's him, the Donald, not we, the people. But it's them, the Democrats, is patting the Donald. People, Ted Cruz will be the president of the United States if you follow me and do what Haley said. We'll get to the convention. We're going to make sure that it's all Republican votes. If you have not been voting Republican for the last 4 years to 8 years, you cannot vote. And we have the rules now. It's Republicans only. Look at how well or how bad Donald does when it's Republicans only. You guys ready to say Ted Cruz? That's the key. Thanks, Haley. If I didn't love what you said, I would say you talk too much. You spilled the beans. It's never Trump, people. Ted Cruz, 2016. By doing what Haley Barbour said, respect the Republican voters. And this is where we got to go. Fox News would not share this with you. Fox News and the Trumpettes would not share this with you. Patriot Insight, baby. Phil Williams Show. This has got to be your new place. Tell your friends, come on over. There's room for you. We got a true big tent and very diverse over here at Patriot Insight. And please, people, don't fall into this riot junk. Let me tell you something that's going to happen. It's going to be a riot. There was a riot scheduled for this thing long time ago. Long time ago. If you'd have been listening to the Phil Williams Show versus Thrill Up His Leg, Head Up His Butt, Sean Hannity, and Shucky Ducky Herman Cain, and listen to all these sellouts, Monica Crowley, and all them people, and Judge Jeanine, all these people in the tank for Trump, if you'd have been listening, you would have seen when the Ku Klux Klan came out and credited Trump's nomination, or Trump's candidacy, to have a rise in their roles. They had to redo their server. You should have seen it coming. And when you've seen a rise in this ridiculous Black Lives Matter and black folk running up and down the street talking about kill Whitey, you should have seen that was the prerequisite to raise the tension. Donald Trump has been raising the tension. Barack Obama has been raising the tension. Liberals have been raising the tension because they're both liberals. The Republicans, because your stupidity opened up these primaries to Democrats, we're going to get credit. We're going to be accredited for the white rise. And we're not going to know how to give credit to the liberals for the African-American rise. Why? Because you're running around too busy trying to prove that you're not racist. But then you let this racist come over here and lead our party for all this time because you made them sign a pledge, man. Right then when you did a pledge, you should have knew that we was done. We was toast. We was over. You don't make pledges with people that's been donating to Democrats unless you wanted them to be here. I know Fox News wanted Donald Trump to be here because they want to keep a liberal in the White House because that's where their stock went up. But I'm hoping everybody's jumping ship. Come on over here to Patriot Insight. Got a lifeboat out there. Look at the water. You see it? It's a big P. Just come on over. The P for Patriot and P for Phil. Come on over. So Fox News wanted it. The liberals want Hillary. The only way they can get Hillary is somebody that can outdo all her stupidity. They got more videotape of a bunch of dumb junk than she got. Trump. But thanks, Haley. Thanks to you. We got Ted Cruz 2016, people. We got to play smart, though. Understand that at the convention, that's Republicans. That's conservatives. That ain't somebody who just signed up. That ain't somebody just signed up and said, hey, and come over here. But guess what? As far as these riots, Donald Trump didn't have them people at every single one of his rallies. That's why Hillary Clinton's numbers were low. Because the Democrats were over there with Trump, making sure the sleeper cell that's in the riots, Trump gave them the words. Those liberals have always been there, people. They've just been a sleeper cell that's been enacted. There's going to be a riot at the conventions. But stay focused, people. Because we're going to come out of those riots with Ted Cruz as our nominee. And trust me, he will be Hillary Clinton. Hey, Phil Williams, that was my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.